What's up, everybody? Just wanted to run through some Zoom details now that I've been recommending it more often since they added multi-track recording, all that kind of fun stuff. I am recommending this as an alternative to Skype. One big reason is because of the amount of performance that Skype needs from your computer to run. I think that more so than connection issues is causing problems and stability issues with recording. Zoom takes very little processing power, which is good. Still definitely recommend that you always close out all apps except for Zoom and a recording app that you might need, things like that. There's also the issue of if you're multiple hosts in one location, you will also have to run GarageBand recording along with Zoom so that we can get your individual mics. So it's a little tricky if you're multiple people in one spot, but in general, Zoom is going to be pretty easy to use. So as far as starting meetings and things, you have two options. You can start a meeting immediately and then send a link to somebody, or you can schedule a meeting, send them a link ahead of time. That way everybody will be ready to, say, at 3 o'clock, get on the call. It won't start until you get on and click start, but you can at least schedule it so people are prepped. You can be sending, you can have a link sitting there ready to go. That way, whenever somebody books a interview with you, you can send the link right out. They have all the information ahead of time, no scrambling at the end of the call. And the big thing is that I dislike about Skype is that you have to find people's usernames, and not everyone knows what the hell the username is, or it's some weird long string of letters and numbers that you can't remember. This is so much easier. You just schedule a link. If you have people that don't want to download the app or anything like that, they can call in through a phone number, which is super convenient. A little lower quality, but makes it easy for them to get on the call. And that's one big thing I've always shouted about, is making it very simple for the guest to get on the call, not overly complicated. So anyways, that's how you start a video right there. As far as setup, the only thing you really need to do is check a few things, as in with Skype. So we'll go to Zoom and then hit the preferences. Shortcut is Command comma. Let's see here. So there's a lot of things that are, general settings for the meeting that you can set to your own preference. The main things that you want to check are obviously the speaker and the mic. So we'll go over two versions here. So if you're by yourself, the microphone should be your mic, obviously. So if you have the ATR 2100, make sure that's selected. The speaker is where your headphones are plugged in. Remember that this can be either your computer, which would be built-in output, or it could be the ATR 2100, because that has a headphone jack. Just be particular about which one you're selecting. So there's that. And then if you are multiple hosts in one spot recording on GarageBand as well, you actually want to set your microphone to built-in. So the people on Zoom are going to hear just from your built-in computer mic, and you're going to be, no, I take that back because they changed it also. Okay, never mind. So you don't need to worry about that. That's awesome. It makes it so much easier. So in Skype, what I'm revelating about right now, Skype, if you had multiple mics plugged in with an interface, Skype would only read input 1 no matter what. You couldn't change it, which was very frustrating. Zoom will read all the inputs, which is very nice. So if you are using the Focusrite Scarlett, for example, make sure that's selected as the microphone. Your guest should be able to hear everyone that has a mic plugged in, and you'll be good to go there. And then that, obviously, for the speaker, if you do have an interface, should be set to the Focusrite as well. Sorry about that. I forgot how Zoom had fixed that, and it sounds a lot better now. So that's it for audio. Video is totally up to you if you decide to record video. I'll show you how Zoom saves the call, which is really convenient. But like I said, that's totally up to you if you want to do video versions or not. It should not cause super bad performance issues with your audio quality, as Skype usually did, and I would actually recommend people not do video on Skype. But if you want to on Zoom, especially to maybe get a better feel for your guests, sometime if you can see each other, even if it's over the internet, it makes it a little easier for the conversation. So that's up to you. The big one is on the record tab. The big important thing is to make sure that you have this selected. Record a separate audio file for each participant. That is what's going to give you the multi-track recording, and that's what makes it easy for us to go in and be able to mix every guest and every host separately. That's very important there. And that's it for the settings here. So, boom. Remember, if you guys are multiple hosts in one location, you will have to open up GarageBand, begin recording your individual mics with your interface on GarageBand as well while Zoom is running, and also record on Zoom. Do not forget. Let's just open up a call window here so you can see the record button. Do not forget to hit the record button. It will not, I don't think it will record automatically. Let me double check the settings there. Yeah, I don't believe it will start recording automatically, so just be careful with that. Yeah. You can also set a location for the recordings if you want. I know, obviously, if you're working with us, everything's going through Dropbox. So if you want to set the recording location in your actual Dropbox folder, so for example, choose a new location, Dropbox, your show, episodes in progress. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. That will save a step out of your process, and that's fine with us. Okay, so now for how it actually saves. So here's a folder that was saved from one of my recordings, one of my calls. So you can see in the audio section, it gives me separate tracks for everybody that was on the call. Even if they were only on for a few minutes, the track is still there. It gives me an audio-only version of everything, so the entire call as it sounded to us when we were on there, the full thing. It gives me a text file of the chat box in the call, so everything that people chatted back and forth, asked questions, that's there, that's saved. And it also gives me this video file, which you can see. Just scrub through this so you can see it. It shows everybody that was on the call. And then there were certain times when I was doing the screen share, like I was showing the screen of my phone. It adds all of that in there as well, which is great for reference, and you can still see people, the videos and everything over here. So it's really convenient for conference calls, and if you're doing like a group call or a video episodes, but you have people in different locations, it's great for that. Webinars, all that kind of stuff. You can see here again, scrub back. I was showing my screen. What the hell did it go? I was showing my screen and my phone at the same time, just talking through some things. So anyways, that's that. And that's how it saves, and it just is one very convenient folder. Everything's separated out. It's labeled properly. You don't have to worry about anything. Now, like I said, if you are doing multiple hosts in one location, or if you're single host and you want to record your own native version of your microphone, just to avoid any connection problems as well, it's like a backup. I would recommend it. It's not necessary, but it's not a bad idea. So remember, if you're on the Mac, the easiest thing to do is go to QuickTime, hit File, New Audio Recording, and change your select your mic and hit record, and that's it. So remember that we need this folder for production. It needs to go into Dropbox, and if you are recording on GarageBand, we need that whole project, and if you are recording yourself on QuickTime, we need that individual recording file as well, and just send all that to us, and we'll go to town. So I hope you guys are finding Zoom easier to use than Skype. I hope you are liking it. I have heard from people that there's slightly less audio quality. I record my show on Zoom as well now that my co-host has moved away, and we've had no complaints. I've actually had people say it sounds like he's still there with you. So it's coming over the internet. It's a call. It's not recorded natively, so it's going to be slightly less, but I don't think it's really noticeable unless you're a crazy audio freak like I am, and even I don't notice it all the time. So hope you guys are digging it. If you have any questions, definitely let me or Hayden know. We can walk you through any of the issues, and yeah, have fun.